Imagine a silent, stone serpent sleeping across the land. This is the Great Wall of China, not a single monument of noise and battle, but a vast, quiet testament to patience and endurance. It is a structure so immense that it seems to breathe with the rhythm of the mountains it follows. Our journey begins not with a grand fanfare, but with the hush of an ancient landscape. We are in the northern mountains of China, a place of profound stillness and breathtaking beauty. The air is cool and crisp, carrying the soft scent of pine and distant earth. The wall itself is more than just stone and mortar. It is a whisper from 1,000 years ago, a quiet dream of emperors who wished to protect their people with an unyielding barrier of stone. The idea was not one of loud, aggressive conquest, but of peaceful, quiet protection. The very landscape it occupies is a masterpiece of natural tranquility. Rolling hills, deep valleys, and jagged peaks stretch as far as the eye can see. And through it all, the wall winds like a gentle, endless ribbon. It seems to rise from the earth as if it had always been there. A timeless, patient observer of the seasons, there is a sense of deep, abiding calm that comes from looking upon something so old, so vast, and so utterly at peace with its surroundings. As we begin our journey, allow your mind to drift away, following the quiet path of this great stone serpent into a realm of deep and peaceful sleep. Let the scale of it all settle your thoughts, and the stillness of the landscape quiet your mind. This is the first part of a 3-part journey along the Great Wall of China. In this series, we'll explore the history, culture, and landscape surrounding the construction of this amazing feat of engineering. So make sure to stay tuned for the next 2 parts. We're going to start our journey at the beginning, the origin point of the Great Wall. According to legend, the wall was built in 206 BC by the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang. At this time, China was a collection of warring states, and the emperor wanted to unite the country under his rule. He also wanted to protect China from the nomadic tribes to the north. To do this, he ordered the construction of a series of walls that would stretch from east to west across the northern border. The terrain we're traveling through today is rugged and wild, a fitting backdrop for the epic tale of the Great Wall. Jagged peaks and deep ravines are all around us, and the road is rough and winding. But as we navigate these twists and turns, we begin to see the first signs of our destination. A low stone wall snakes up the hillside, disappearing into the distance. As we approach it, we can make out the weathered faces of soldiers, their expressions frozen in time. They stand guard along the ramparts, silently watching over the land. For centuries, these stoic figures have stood as sentinels of a bygone era, their presence both haunting and inspiring. It's hard to believe that over 2,000 years ago, these same soldiers walked these very ramparts, defending China's borders from invaders. Their sacrifices and struggles are a reminder of the price that has been paid for the freedom and security we enjoy today. As we continue our journey, the wall becomes more imposing, rising higher and growing wider, until it seems to dominate the landscape. We climb to the top and find ourselves walking along a narrow path that runs along the crest of the wall. The wind whips around us, carrying the sound of birds overhead and the whisper of the trees in the valley below. The panorama that unfolds before us is nothing short of breathtaking. In the distance, we can see other sections of the wall snaking their way through the mountains, connecting them like a chain of giant serpents. The Great Wall of China is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and for a good reason. It is one of the most impressive feats of engineering in history, and it is also a symbol of Chinese pride and resilience. The wall was built over a period of centuries by countless laborers who worked tirelessly to complete this monumental task. It is a testament to human ingenuity and determination. Walking along the wall, we can feel the energy and enthusiasm of those who came before us. It's a humbling experience to know that we are standing on the shoulders of giants, literally. As we journey along the wall, we will learn about the different dynasties that built and rebuilt it over the centuries. We will explore the lives of the soldiers who guarded it and the civilians who lived near it. We will also learn about the cultural and historical significance of the wall and its impact on the world. In part 2 of our journey, we will visit one of the best preserved sections of the Great Wall, the Mutianyu section. Here we will have a chance to explore the wall up close and personal and learn about its construction and history. We will also have the opportunity to hike along the wall and take in the stunning views of the surrounding mountains. Meanwhile, make sure to stay tuned for the third and final part of our journey to the Great Wall of China. where we will explore the Jinqiling section of the wall. This is one of the most remote and wild sections of the wall, and we will get a chance to see a side of China that few tourists ever get to see. We will also learn about the life of a soldier who guarded the wall, and have the opportunity to try on traditional Chinese armor. The Great Wall was not built in a day, but in a quiet, steady rhythm that lasted for centuries. We journey back in time, not to a place of frantic labor, but to a place of synchronized, patient work. Listen closely. The sounds you hear are not those of chaos, but of a quiet, peaceful industry. The rhythmic clang of a hammer against a chisel, the soft scrape of a shovel digging into the earth, the low, calm murmur of voices working in perfect harmony. The men who built this wall were not hurried. They were craftsmen and laborers, moving with a calm, deliberate purpose. Imagine the quiet strength in their hands as they lifted each heavy stone into place. Each block was a single, peaceful thought, placed carefully upon another. There was no sense of a desperate race against time, but rather a profound understanding that this was a project that would span generations. The work was slow, methodical, and deeply meditative. In the quiet of the mountains, they found a sense of purpose and belonging. The landscape was their teacher, the stone their canvas. They worked under the gentle gaze of the sun and the soft light of the moon. Their daily lives were a testament to the power of quiet, persistent labor. As we listen to these ancient sounds, we can find a sense of peace in the knowledge that great and lasting things are not built in a moment, but in a slow, patient, and quiet way. Let the steady rhythm of their work lull you into a deep and tranquil rest. Part 3. The Whisper of the Wind. Along the ancient paths where the builders walked, there's a whisper carried on the wind. It's a tale as old as time itself, a story of human endeavor, struggle, and above all, resilience. The wind, it seems, has been here since the very beginning, carrying with it the secrets of the ages. It's seen empires rise and fall, felt the touch of countless seasons on the land, and now it dances along the stones of the Great Wall, weaving its magic through the cracks and crevices. Close your eyes and let the sound wash over you. Feel how the wind whispers tales of a bygone era, of men and women whose spirits echoed across the centuries. The wind knows their stories, the hopes that drove them, the sweat that stained their brows, the dreams they held on to through the long, arduous days. It remembers the quiet moments, too. The laughter shared around a campfire, the songs that carried on the night, the stories exchanged under the star-studded sky. The wind, it seems, is a keeper of memories, holding on to the echoes of the past and sharing them with those who listen closely. It's a reminder that the Great Wall was not just a structure built of stone and mortar, but a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity. It was born from the hopes, dreams, and sacrifices of countless individuals whose names have long been forgotten, but whose stories live on in the whispers of the wind. As you stand here, surrounded by the silent sentinels of the past, remember that you are part of a timeless continuum. Your footsteps echo the tread of ancient workers. Your gaze meets the horizon the way it did for those who came before you. You, too, are part of the story. Your presence adds another chapter to the saga of the Great Wall. So breathe in the tales carried on the wind. Let them stir your imagination, kindle your spirit, and remind you of the indomitable strength of the human soul. For in the whispers of the past, you'll find echoes of your own story. Part 4. Echoes of the Moon. As twilight deepens and the first stars begin to shimmer in the velvet sky, we find ourselves at the heart of the Great Wall, where the echoes of history resonate most profoundly. The moon, our celestial companion, casts its silvery light upon the ancient stones, transforming them into mystical sentinels guarding secrets of ages past. It's here, in the soft glow of the lunar light, that we truly connect with the spirit of the builders. Close your eyes and imagine yourself transported back in time. You are now one of the builders, standing watch along the winding wall. The air is crisp and cool, carrying with it the scent of pine and the distant hum of nocturnal creatures. The moon, a silent witness, bathes the landscape in its ethereal glow, creating an otherworldly atmosphere that's both haunting and beautiful. In the quiet of the night, you hear the rustle of leaves, the hoot of an owl, the distant call of a lone wolf. These sounds, So natural yet so primal, stir something deep within your soul, awakening a sense of wonder and awe at the mysteries that lie hidden in the shadows. The moon, with its soft, diffused light, reveals a different facet of the Great Wall. One that's less about grandeur and more about introspection. It's a time for quiet contemplation, for connecting with the spirits of those who came before us. It's a reminder that life, like Timon, goes through phases, waxing and waning, always in flux, change. Yet through these changes, there's a profound beauty to be found, a poetry in the ebb and flow of existence. As you stand here bathed in the silver light of the moon, take a moment to reflect on the passage of time. Consider the countless souls who stood on this very spot, gazing up at the same moon, their hopes and dreams echoing through the centuries. Feel a sense of continuity, of being part of a larger narrative that stretches far beyond your own lifespan. In the echoes of the moon, you'll find solace, inspiration, and a deep sense of connection to the timeless mysteries of existence. Part 5. The Symphony of Silence. Now we come to the final movement of our sonic journey along the Great Wall. Here, in the Symphony of Silence, the absence of sound becomes a melody in itself. The bustling crowds have hushed, leaving us in a sanctuary of tranquility. As you stand here enveloped by the stillness, you might feel a sense of overwhelming peace wash over you. It's a moment of profound introspection, a chance to reconnect with your inner self amidst the grandeur of the ancient wall. In this Symphony of Silence, the Great Wall reveals its most intimate secrets, the textures of the weathered stones, the rugged terrain beneath your feet, the expansive vista that stretches to the horizon. All speak to you in a language that transcends words. It's a conversation between you and the essence of the wall itself. Close your eyes and let the silence embrace you. In this hushed space, you'll find a clarity of thought, a calmness of spirit that's hard to find in the clamor of everyday life. The silence isn't empty. It's full of whispers from the past, stories waiting to be uncovered. It's a rich tapestry, woven with the threads of history, culture, and human endeavor. The silence invites you to explore the depths of your own being, to confront your thoughts and feelings without distraction. It's a mirror held up to your soul, reflecting back the complexities of the human experience. The symmetry of silence is a rare and precious gift. It allows you to recharge your spirit, to heal and renew your mind, to find strength and solace in the quiet recesses of your heart. As you stand here, bathed in the soft glow of dawn, know that you're not alone. You're part of a timeless continuum, connected to the countless souls who've walked this path before you. In the grand symphony of existence, your silence resonates with the whispers of the past, creating a harmonious chord that echoes through the ages. Embrace this moment of tranquility. Let it nourish your soul and remind you of the beauty and power of quiet contemplation. For in the Symphony of Silence, you'll find a melody that speaks to the deepest recesses of your being. Through the misty mountains, our path now takes us to a part of the wall that snakes through a chain of quiet, misty mountains. The air here is damp and cool, filled with the fresh scent of pine needles and damp earth. A soft, gentle mist hangs in the valleys below, swirling and drifting like a lazy river. The wall seems to be reaching for the clouds, climbing to impossible heights and then descending into unseen valleys. There is a profound sense of solitude here, a quiet that is broken only by the soft whisper of the wind as it brushes past the stone. Every step we take echoes in the stillness, a gentle reminder that we are walking on history. The watchtowers on the distant peaks are barely visible, silent sentinels lost in the soft, gray clouds. They seem like ghosts, like the memory of something that once was, but is now just a whisper. This part of the journey is not about the grand, impressive moments, but about the gentle, meditative ones. It is about the feeling of being completely alone with your thoughts, wrapped in the quiet embrace of nature. The mist softens the hard edges of the stone and the harsh lines of the mountains, creating a world of soft, ethereal beauty. There is no one else here, just you, the wall, and the silent, sleeping landscape. It is a place where you can feel the true weight of time, a place that reminds you of the deep, unending calm that exists just beyond the noise of daily life. Let the mist calm your mind and the solitude quiet your soul. This section of the wall is like nothing you've seen before. It's as if the mountains themselves have reached out and embraced the ancient stones, draping them in a soft, ethereal mist. The result is a landscape that seems to exist in another world, a place where time slows down and the weight of centuries falls away. Walking along this section of the wall is a humbling experience. You are dwarfed by the towering mountains that rise up around you, their peaks disappearing into the swirling mist. The sense of solitude is overwhelming, as if you are the only person in the entire universe. And yet, despite the isolation, there is a feeling of profound peace that settles over you. It's as if the mist itself has a calming effect on the mind, washing away all thoughts and worries. As you round a bend in the wall, you come across a watchtower that seems to have materialized out of the mist. It's as if it were a ghost, a remnant of a time long past. The tower is ancient, its stones worn smooth by the passage of time. It stands as a silent sentinel, guarding the secrets of the mountains. As you climb to the top of the tower, the mist swirls around you, obscuring the world below. You feel as if you are in a place apart from humanity, connected only to the spirits of the mountains. From this vantage point, the world looks different. The mist-covered valleys seem like a patchwork quilt, the trees like scattered brushstrokes on a canvas of green. The mountains themselves are shrouded in mystery, their peaks hidden in the swirling gray. It's a world of ethereal beauty, a place where the boundaries between earth and sky are blurred. The mist doesn't just obscure the landscape, it becomes a character in its own right. It drifts and swirls, creating shapes that dance in the imagination. Sometimes it parts, revealing glimpses of the mountains beyond, only to envelop them again a moment later. It's a constant state of flux, a reminder that nothing is permanent, that even the solid earth can be transformed by the touch of mist. The mist also brings a sense of magic to the mountains. It creates an atmosphere of mystery and wonder, as if anything could happen here, as if the veil between the mundane and the extraordinary is thin. Walking in the mist is like stepping into a fairy tale, a world where the rules of reality are suspended and anything is possible. As the day goes on, the mist thickens and the mountains seem to close in around you. The sense of solitude becomes more intense, as if you are being enveloped by the very essence of the mountains. The noise of the world fades away until all that remains is the sound of your own footsteps on the ancient stones. The mist clings to the stones, weaving tales of centuries past. It whispers stories of battles fought and lives lived, of heroes and villains, of love and loss. Each stone is a silent witness to the passage of time, each one holding secrets that the mist is eager to share. The mist is not just a passive observer of history, it is an active participant. It is a living, breathing entity that has witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations. It has seen empires built and destroyed, and it has absorbed the stories of those who have walked the wall before you. The mist is at its thickest in the late afternoon when the sun begins its slow descent. The mountains cast long shadows, stretching out like fingers across the valleys. The mist, illuminated by the setting sun, takes on a golden hue, creating a scene of ethereal beauty. As darkness falls, the mountains become more imposing, their peaks seeming to scrape against the clouds. The mist, now tinged with blue, takes on a mysterious quality. It's as if the mountains themselves are coming alive, their spirits awakened by the darkness. The silence of the mountains is profound, broken only by the sound of the wind as it whistles through the valleys. It's a silence that can be deafening, a silence that seems to echo the emptiness of the human heart. But within that silence, there is a strange comfort, a reminder that we are not alone in our aloneness. The mountains, too, are alone, standing in solitary grandeur, and yet they are at peace. In their solitude, you are invited to let go of your loneliness and embrace the peace that surrounds you. The mist, now heavy with the scent of pine and damp earth, wraps around you like a warm blanket. It's a comforting embrace, a reminder of the enduring strength of nature. The mist is a constant presence throughout your journey, a silent companion that never leaves your side. It is a reminder of the beauty and mystery of the natural world, and it is an invitation to embrace the unknown with open arms. And so you continue your journey along Hadrian's Wall, enveloped in mist, embraced by mountains, and united with the spirits of the ancient stones. The mist clears. The sun breaks through the clouds, casting its warm glow on the valley below. Before us, The wall continues its ancient journey, winding its way through a landscape that seems untouched by time. We are drawn forward, eager to see what wonders this new stretch of the wall has in store. What new vistas will unfold? What stories do the stones whisper on this next leg of our adventure? We don't know. But we walk on hearts full of anticipation and a reverence for the journey itself, for it is in the journey, not the destination, that the true spirit of Hadrian's Wall resides. Let the quiet rhythm of the watchtower guide you into a state of deep and peaceful rest. You are here with us, once again, dear friends, at this our sanctuary, and today's journey takes us to one of the most enchanting and serene places in all of the realm, a place where solitude meets tranquility, and that is to the guardians of the watchtowers. Our path winds through ancient woods, each tree whispering secrets to its fellows as we pass. Sunlight filters through the leaves, dappling the ground in patches of gold. As we leave the forest behind, the terrain rises, revealing a sight that steals your breath away. Before you stands a lone watchtower, silhouetted against the endless blue canvas of the sky. It seems to have grown from the very stone and soil of the mountains, blending seamlessly with the rugged landscape. As you draw closer, the details of this mountain fortress unfold before you. Rough-hewn stones, stacked one atop the other, form thick, sturdy walls, offering shelter and security against the harshest of weathers. A wooden door weathered by the passage of time is set into the stone, serving as the gateway to the secrets held within. Ivy climbs the tower, reaching towards the sunlight with an unwavering determination, a testament to nature's relentless spirit. Windows, set high up on the wall, offer glimpses of the interior, hinting at the purpose of this sentinel of stone. A winding staircase adorns the tower, its steps worn smooth by countless footsteps, echoing tales of those who climbed its heights to keep vigil. At the topmost level, a platform offers a panoramic vista. From this vantage point, the world stretches out like a tapestry, woven with threads of emerald valleys, silver streams, and sapphire skies. A low stone parapet runs along the edge, offering a sense of security while providing a place to lean upon and gaze into the distance. And at the very peak, a flag flutters in the gentle breeze, a splash of color against the backdrop of endless blue. It sends a silent message to any passerby, announcing the vigilance of the mountain's heart. But what is the purpose of this isolated structure? Why does it stand as a silent guardian amidst the grandeur of the mountains? What stories does it hold within its weathered walls? The watchtower served as a vigilant sentinel, standing guard over the surrounding land. Its strategic position atop a rocky summit provided an unparalleled vantage point, allowing those who manned it to observe the vast expanse below. Here, a lone guard would reside, making their home in this lofty citadel. Day in and day out, they would stand at the topmost level, their gaze sweeping across the horizon. They were trained to be keen of eye and sharp of wit, always ready to spot the slightest sign of movement or change in the landscape. Their solitude was not a burden, but a source of strength, sharpening their senses and focus. Yet these watchtowers were more than just posts of duty. They were sanctuaries, offering refuge and a respite from the chaos of the world below. Within the thick stone walls, a cozy abode awaited. A hearth would be set, its flames dancing merrily, casting flickering shadows on the rough-hewn walls. Books lined the shelves, offering endless tales to the weary. An old writing desk sat invitingly, waiting for the guard to pour their thoughts onto paper. For these towers were not just about solitude, but also about introspection. The vast expanse of the mountains and the boundless canvas of the sky served as a constant reminder of the world's grandeur. It was a place for contemplation, a place to write letters home, pouring out the tales of their vigil and the emotions that stirred within their solitary heart. The silence of the mountains was not deafening, but enveloping, creating an atmosphere of tranquility. The gentle whisper of the wind through the crevices of the tower became a familiar lullaby. The crunch of pebbles under the watchful gaze of the sun created a soothing melody. Even the distant call of a bird of prey echoed through the valley, serenading the lone guard on their lofty perch. These watchmen were not merely soldiers on duty, but storytellers of the mountains, chroniclers of the changing seasons and the silent poetry of nature. They stood as symbols of endurance, their presence a testament to the human spirit's ability to find solace, even in the most isolated of places. The life of a guard in a watchtower was a unique existence, a blend of solitude, duty, and communion with nature. It demanded a certain kind of person, one who could find comfort in silence, who could make companions of the mountains and the sky. Yet for those who fit this mold, the Watchtower became more than a place of duty. It became a home. The solitude was not lonely, but liberating, offering a space to breathe deeply, to listen intently, and to observe keenly. It was a life less ordinary, a life lived in harmony with the rhythms of the earth, a life of the open sky and the silent mountains. And now you find yourself standing before one such tower, its history echoing in the stones, its tailies sleeping within its wooden beams. The invitation is extended. Would you step through the weathered door and explore the secrets of the mountain watchers? Would you climb the winding stairs and claim the topmost level as your own for a while? Would you write letters home or simply stand in awe of the view? The choice is yours, dear friends. For this moment, let the Watchtower's silence embrace you, letting its tranquility wash over you like a gentle wave. Close your eyes and imagine the crisp mountain air on your skin, the sound of the wind in your ears, and the warmth of the hearth at your back. Picture yourself perched on the tower's edge, gazing at the play of colors as the sun dips below the horizon. Feel the soft earth beneath your feet and reach out to touch the rough-hewn stone walls. Let the panorama of the mountains and the sky fill your vision. Breathe deeply and let the solitude of the Watchtower envelop you, carrying away the noise and worries of the world. And as the fire crackles merrily in the hearth, let its light dance in your eyes, reflecting the flickering emotions of your heart. Listen to the tale of the wind as it whispers through the crevices of the tower, sharing secrets of the mountains and the sky. Lose yourself in the rhythm of the rustling leaves, the chirping of birds, and the gurgling of a nearby stream. Let the tranquility of the Watchtower wash over you, rejuvenating your spirit and calming your soul. Embrace the present moment, savoring the feeling of being utterly alone yet profoundly connected to the grand tapestry of existence. In the solitude of the Watchtower, discover the beauty of silence, the wisdom of nature, and the strength within yourself. Let this place of solitude become your sanctuary, a refuge where your soul can soar and your spirit can find peace. So come, dear friends, and find solace in the silent embrace of the Watchtower. May its tranquility guide you into a state of deep and peaceful rest. May the grandeur of the mountains and the immensity of the sky inspire you to seek solitude not as an end, but as a beginning of a journey inward, a journey towards understanding, acceptance, and the profound peace that resides within us all. Thank you for joining us on this journey today. We hope that the tranquility of the Watchtower has resonated with you, inviting you to find moments of solitude in your own life. Remember, in the quietest moments, the loudest growth happens. Until next time, may you find peace in the smallest corners of your world. We've walked many sections of the Great Wall. We've explored its twists and turns through mountains and over deserts. Now we find ourselves at a place where the wild imagination of nature has entwined itself with the mighty defense of the wall, creating a spectacle that is both fierce and beautiful. Here, the Great Wall meets the Badlands, a landscape so uniquely sculpted by wind and time that it feels like another planet. Yet within this alien terrain, the spirit of the wall continues to echo. Imagine walking along the Great Wall as the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of fiery orange and deep purple. As you stroll along the ancient stones, the wind whispers tales of the past through the crumbling watchtowers and battlements. Suddenly, a flash of movement catches your eye. A lone bird swoops low over the wall, its wings brushing against the weathered stones. It pauses for a moment, letting out a haunting cry before disappearing into the vast emptiness beyond. You stand there, dwarfed by the immensity of the sky and the rugged landscape, feeling the weight of centuries pressing down around you. In this desolate yet majestic setting, you realize that the Great Wall is more than just a historical site. It's a living, breathing entity that has witnessed the relentless march of time. As darkness falls, the silence becomes deafening. The only sound is the mournful cry of the wind as it whistles through the gaps in the wall. The jagged silhouette of the Badlands looms in the distance, a dark and foreboding presence against the fading light. You pull your cloak tighter around you, seeking solace from the biting wind. In the flickering light of your lantern, the rough stones of the wall seem to writhe and twist, taking on a life of their own. You feel a sudden chill, and the hair on the back of your neck stands on end. Could it be that you are not alone here in this desolate place? What secrets does the Great Wall hold? What stories does it whisper to those who dare to listen? And what dangers might lurk in the shadows of the Badlands? With a mix of apprehension and excitement, you decide to press on, eager to uncover the mysteries that await you around every bend in the ancient wall. The next morning, the sun rises over the jagged peaks of the Badlands, casting long shadows across the deserted watchtowers. You stand at the edge of the wall, gazing out over the desolate landscape. The wind whips around you, carrying with it the scent of sand and sagebrush. The silence is broken only by the crunch of gravel underfoot and the distant cry of a bird of prey. As you walk along the wall, you begin to see signs of life. A lizard darts across your path, disappearing into a crevice in the rocks. A small bird lands on a nearby tower, tilting its head as if to study you. The solitude of the place is both humbling and inspiring, and you feel a sense of wonder at the resilience of nature and the tenacity of those who once defended these rugged frontiers. The wall wends its way through the maze of canyons and ravines, leading you deeper into the heart of the Badlands. Each turn reveals a new and unexpected vista, a panorama of stark beauty that seems almost otherworldly. You pause to catch your breath, and in the silence, you hear the faint sound of rushing water. Following the sound, you come upon a narrow gorge carved through the heart of the Badlands. At the bottom of the gorge, a small stream tumbles over the rocks, a lifeline of greenery in this arid landscape. The sight of the flowing water stirs something within you, a sense of renewal and the promise of new beginnings. You take a moment to sit on a nearby rock and let the sound of the water wash over you, carrying away your worries and doubts. As you continue your journey along the wall, you come across a group of weathered buildings huddled together at the base of a towering rock formation. These crumbling structures, once a bustling garrison, now stand as silent sentinels to the harsh realities of life on the frontier. Exploring the remains of the buildings, you can still see traces of the past, faded murals on the walls, the outline of a soldier's barracks, the remnants of a blacksmith's forge. Each step you take brings you closer to the men and women who once walked these very paths, defending their homeland against the threats that lurked beyond the wall. You can almost hear the clang of the blacksmith's hammer, the murmur of soldiers' voices, the clatter of hooves on hard ground. The wind whispers through the crumbling walls, carrying with it the echoes of their stories. As you stand among the ruins, you feel a profound sense of connection to these long-gone inhabitants of the wall. Their courage, their sacrifice, their hopes and dreams resonate within you, stirring your own spirit to rise above the challenges that lie ahead. As you round a bend in the wall, you come across a sight that takes your breath away. Stretching out before you is a vast and desolate plain, a seemingly endless expanse of cracked earth and twisted scrub brush. The wind blows across the barren landscape, creating the illusion that the ground itself is moving beneath your feet. The silence is heavy, broken only by the mournful cry of a distant bird. As you continue your journey, you begin to see signs of life in the most unexpected places. A lone tree stands defiantly against the horizon, its branches gnarled and twisted by the elements. A small lizard darts across the path, seeking refuge among the rocks. Even in this harsh and unforgiving environment, life finds a way to survive and thrive. You find yourself filled with a sense of awe and wonder at the tenacity of nature in the face of such adversity. As the sun begins its slow descent, the sky blazes with color, painting the clouds in hues of fiery orange and deep red. You stop to admire the view, realizing that even in the midst of such desolation, beauty can still be found. The wind picks up, whipping your cloak around you and carrying with it the scent of rain. In the distance, you see a flash of lightning followed by a rumble of thunder. The sky darkens, and before you know it, the heavens open and the rain comes pouring down. You pull your hood tighter around your face and press on, the rhythm of the rain a steady drumbeat in your ears. The mud squishes between your toes as you walk, and the air is fresh and clean, washed anew by the falling rain. Despite the downpour, you can't help but feel a sense of exhilaration. The rain feels cleansing, refreshing, and you welcome it as a rare respite from the harsh sun. As the storm begins to subside, you come across a small cave hidden beneath a rocky overhang. Seeking shelter from the remaining drizzle, you step inside. To your surprise, you find an inscription carved into the wall, the faded markings of a traveler from centuries past. The inscription tells a story of hardship and resilience, a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure even in the face of the most daunting challenges. You stand there reading the inscription, feeling connected to this long-gone traveler, sharing in their struggles and their triumphs. As you emerge from the cave, the rain has stopped, and a rainbow arcs across the sky, a symbol of hope and promise after the storm. The world is fresh and renewed, and you feel a sense of optimism for the journey that lies ahead. And here we are at the end of our journey along the Great Wall, where it meets the echo of the Silk Road. Throughout our travels, we've felt the heartbeat of history beneath our feet and whispered stories of traders and travelers in the rustling leaves. Now, as we stand at the crossroads of these ancient paths, let us close our eyes and listen to the echoes of the Silk Road caravans, padding softly across the vast and silent land. Can you hear the gentle rhythm of their steps, the faint music of their bells carried on the wind? Picture a procession of camels moving with a serene, swaying gait, their bells chiming softly in the quiet air. Among them are merchants from distant lands, their voices low and calm as they guide their precious goods toward distant markets. In the distance, the imposing presence of the Great Wall stands as a silent guardian, a peaceful reassurance in a vast and unpredictable world. It was here that cultures met, not in loud clashes, but in a quiet exchange of ideas, goods, and stories. The wall was a silent witness to this peaceful dialogue, a stage for the drama of history unfolding. Now, amidst the grandeur of the Great Wall and the mystique of the Silk Road, let us rest our weary bones and surrender to the embrace of a well-deserved slumber. Allow the gentle rhythm of the camel caravan to lull you into a state of tranquility, carrying you away on a journey through the stars. Embrace the softness of the night, the coolness against your skin, and let the gentle breeze weave its magic around you. Surrender to the embrace of the night, and may your dreams be filled with the wonders of the ancient world, the echoes of the Silk Road, whispering tales of adventure and discovery. Sleep now, weary traveler, and let the spirits of the ancient Silk Road guide you to a place where the sands of time run through the fingers of eternity. And when you wake, may it be with a heart full of wonder and a spirit refreshed for the journey that lies ahead. The wind carries stories from all over the world to our ears. There are tales of brave knights and daring adventures. Yes, but also murmurs of quieter moments. What if greatness wasn't always about grand gestures, loud victories, or booming declarations? What if it could also be found in the subtle, steady rhythm of everyday life? That's the idea we're whispering about today. We've heard the thundering drums of war and seen the fiery clashes on the battlefield. But what about the peaceful lullabies that echo through history? These whispers come to us from the Ming Dynasty, a dynasty known for its strength, but also its tranquility. They bring us news of a wall rebuilt and fortified, a wall that stands firm against the test of time. Their story is not written in bold strokes, but in the fine details, the subtle textures, and the patient craftsmanship. Like the layers of an onion, they reveal their tale, not in a single burst, but in a quiet, steady manner. Our old friend Wang Chung is back, his sleeves flowing like the wind as he strolls along the battlements. He turns to us and says, "When the autumn wind blows, it carries with it the whispers of the past." He pauses, eyes fixed on the horizon. Can you hear them? The echoes of a dynasty long gone. With a gentle smile, he continues. They tell a tale of resilience, of a people who face challenges with calm determination. Their story is one of quiet strength, a melody played out on the strings of patience and perseverance. He looks at us expectantly, inviting us to listen to these whispers together. Now, close your eyes and let the soft murmur of history wash over you. Imagine yourself walking along the top of the wall. Beneath your feet is the solid ground of countless footsteps that have walked this path before. You feel the cool stone beneath your fingertips and hear the wind whistling through the watchtowers, weaving tales of bygone eras. What do you see? Do you picture stoic soldiers striding along, their shadows stretching long in the fading light? Or do you envision weary travelers seeking shelter within the wall's embrace? Your vision blurs as the boundary between past and present begins to soften. You are enveloped in the spirit of the Ming Dynasty, where strength was measured not by boisterous proclamations, but by the quiet, persistent dedication to duty. Imagine yourself seated in a humble village, nestled at the foot of the wall. Above you, the structure stretches towards the heavens, an unwavering symbol of protection. As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, you hear the rhythmic clang of hammers on iron. A group of workers diligently repairs a section of the wall, their movements precise and efficient. You watch as they carefully lay each brick, ensuring it fits seamlessly with the others. Their faces, weathered by the sun and wind, are etched with quiet determination. You notice an elderly craftsman with a twinkle in his eye. Despite his age, his hands move with a youthful grace, guiding the younger workers with an expert touch. His presence is a living link to the past, connecting you to the generations who came before. As you observe the scene, you realize that true strength lies not in overwhelming force, but in the steadfast commitment to one's craft. The workers' quiet focus is a testament to this principle. Each brick they place represents not just the task completed, but a contribution to something much larger than themselves. They are part of a lineage of builders whose dedication has ensured the wall's survival through the ages. In their dedication, you see a reflection of the Ming Dynasty's philosophy, where even the smallest action, when performed with diligence, can create lasting impact. As the moon replaces the sun, you return to the bustling village, the wall standing guard over you. The whispers of the past grow louder, carrying with them the essence of the Ming Dynasty's quiet strength. The night is filled with the murmur of crickets and the distant laughter of families gathered around their homes. You find yourself drawn to a small courtyard where an old storyteller sits enthroned on a low stool. His audience, a mix of young and old, leans forward, eager to hear his tales. He begins his story, his voice, a soothing balm. In the darkness, in the heart of China, he begins, where mountains danced with clouds and rivers sang with joy. There lived a people known as the Ming. They ruled with a gentle hand, guiding their land with wisdom and grace. But beyond their borders, dangers lurked, threatening to disrupt the harmony of their realm. His eyes twinkled as he continued. To safeguard their homeland, they turned to the ancient guardian, the Great Wall. With unwavering determination, they set about the task of repairing and strengthening it. Brick by painstaking brick, they toiled not for personal glory, but out of a deep sense of duty to their people and their legacy. Each stone they placed resonated with the quiet strength that defined their dynasty. The villagers nodded, their faces illuminated by the flickering lamp beside the storyteller. They knew of the hardships endured, the sweat, the tireless efforts that had gone into making the wall. The unassailable bulwark it was. The storyteller paused, letting the weight of the tale settle upon his listeners. Through their diligence, the Ming Dynasty breathed new life into the wall, transforming it into a testament to their quiet strength. It became a silent sentinel, standing as a bulwark against the winds of change, witnessing the ebb and flow of time. As he spoke, the children's eyes widened, their imaginations painting vivid pictures of the wall's grandeur. To them, the wall was more than just a structure. It was a living embodiment of their heritage. The adults listened with a mixture of pride and reverence. They understood the significance of the wall, not only as a physical barrier, but as a metaphor for their own lives. In the face of adversity, they too drew strength from the Ming Dynasty's legacy, finding inspiration in their quiet, unyielding spirit. As the night deepened, the storyteller's voice grew softer, weaving a tapestry of history and heroism. The villagers, wrapped in the spell of his narrative, felt a sense of unity with those who came before them. They realized that they were part of a continuous thread that stretched back through the centuries. The Great Wall, a silent witness to the passage of time, stood as a physical manifestation of this continuity. Its weathered stones whispered tales of the Ming Dynasty, a dynasty that had navigated the complexities of power with quiet determination, leaving behind a legacy of resilience and grace. The Great Wall continued to stand strong, not just as a historical relic, but as a living testament to the enduring spirit of the Chinese people. It was a symbol of their ability to adapt, to innovate, and to persevere in the face of any challenge. As the night drew to a close and the first rays of dawn began to peek over the horizon, the villagers slowly dispersed. The storyteller, his task complete, retired to his humble abode. leaving the Great Wall to resume its vigil over the sleeping world. For the Ming Dynasty, their story was one of quiet strength. A melody played out on the strings of patience and perseverance, and as the sun rose over the horizon, bathing the wall in golden light, it seemed to echo their philosophy. It stood as a gentle reminder that sometimes the greatest strength comes not from boisterous displays, but from the unwavering commitment to duty, the relentless pursuit of excellence, and the quiet, unassuming courage to face whatever challenges may come. And so we end this episode of The Great Wall of China with the echoes of the Ming Dynasty whispering in our ears. It's a tale of strength and quiet resilience, a reminder that sometimes the most profound stories are found in the gentlest of whispers. Until next time, may the whispers of history guide you, and the echoes of greatness inspire you to find your own quiet strength. It's been an epic adventure, full of ups and downs, twists and turns, and now it's time for one last climb, a final test before we reach the sea. You can see in the distance a steep hill standing like a warrior ready to face the final battle. With each step closer, the hill looms larger in our minds, seeming almost impossible to climb. But we know within us that same indomitable spirit that has carried us thus far. We breathe deeply, reminding ourselves that every challenge is surmountable. Every obstacle is a chance to grow stronger. And so we begin our ascent, our feet finding purchase on the ancient stones, our eyes fixed on the top of the hill. As we climb higher, the wall becomes narrower, forcing us to focus on the path ahead. There are no more sweeping views, only the next step. The next bent stone to be conquered. It's a test of our will, our body, our spirit, and yet we press on. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, we reach the summit. From this height, we can see what lies ahead. A gentle descent leading to a flat stretch of wall. Relief washes over us as we realize the hardest part is behind us. We walk on our steps lighter now, our spirits soaring, knowing that the worst is past. The sun warms our faces. The wind whispers in our ears, and all around us, nature rejoices in our victory over the final climb. As we continue our journey, the landscape begins to change. The harsh peaks and valleys give way to rolling hills and open plains. The air grows warmer, the sky bluer, and the very stones of the wall seem to hum with a new energy. It's as if the wall itself is rejoicing, sharing in our triumph over the challenges we've faced. And then suddenly, through the curve of the wall, we see it, the East China Sea stretching out before us, vast, endless, shimmering in the sunlight. Our hearts skip a beat. A surge of emotion, a mixture of elation, addio, and quiet joy fills our being. For 28 days, we have walked beside the Great Wall, exploring its secrets, feeling its strength, and now we stand on the very edge of its grandeur. It's a moment of profound realization, a moment of profound gratitude. For 28 days, we have shared stories of courage, resilience, and quiet strength. Each sunrise was a new adventure, each sunset a celebration of the day's victories. We've walked through scorching heat and biting cold, climbed treacherous mountains, and descended into hidden valleys. Through it all, the wall stood steadfast, a silent witness to our journey. Now we stand at the end of our walk, the wall behind us, the sea before us, and we realize that we have changed. The wall has been a teacher, a guide, a companion, and now it recedes into the distance, leaving us on the shore of a new understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The waves crash gently on the shore, their rhythm a soothing lullaby after the wall's loud whispers. The sea breeze caresses our skin, carrying with it the scent of salt and the promise of endless horizons. We close our eyes, breathing deeply, letting the sounds and smells of the sea wash over us like a cleansing wave. In this moment of quiet triumph, we feel at peace. We have reached the end of our journey, but our adventure with the wall continues. For now, we must say goodbye, but we know in our hearts that the Great Wall will always be with us. Its lessons will echo in our minds, its strength in our spirits, and its beauty in our memories. And so we turn from the wall, our faces towards the setting sun, our hearts filled with gratitude for this extraordinary adventure. As darkness falls and the stars begin to appear, we find ourselves drawn back to the wall. It seems to glow in the moonlight, its stones shimmering with an ethereal light. We walk slowly along its length, our steps soft on the ancient stones. The wall is transformed in the moonlight, taking on a mystical, almost magical quality. It's as if the wall itself comes alive in the moonlight, sharing with us its ancient secrets. We stop and listen, and in the stillness, we hear the whispers of the past. We imagine the soldiers who once walked this very wall, their footsteps echoing our own. We picture the emperors who planned its construction, their dreams and ambitions shaping the very stones beneath our feet. The moon casts long shadows, stretching and twisting, creating shapes that dance before our eyes. The wall becomes a canvas for the moon's imagination, a masterpiece of light and shadow. As the night deepens, the temperature drops, and we pull our cloaks tighter around us. But we do not feel the cold. For here, at the end of the wall, wrapped in the embrace of the moonlit night, we are filled with a sense of warmth and belonging. The moon, our constant companion throughout this journey, reaches its zenith, casting a silvery light that illuminates the path ahead. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there's always light to be found. The stars twinkle above, their distant light twinkling in the velvet sky. They seem so close, so bright, as if within reach, yet eternally distant. We gaze upwards, lost in the immensity of the universe and our place within it. The silence is profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind and the soft crunch of our footsteps. It's a silence that speaks volumes, a silence that connects us to the past, to the countless souls who have walked this wall before us. The wall, once a barrier between civilizations, now stands as a bridge connecting us to the ancients. We reach the end of our journey, where the wall meets the sea, and we stand in awe. The sight before us is both familiar and strange. We have walked beside the wall for so long that its end has become a part of our daily view. Yet now, bathed in the ethereal glow of the moon, it takes on a new, almost otherworldly beauty. The vastness of the sea stretches endlessly before us, a dark mirror reflecting the moon's pale light. The waves crash softly on the shore, their rhythmic sound a soothing lullaby. We close our eyes and breathe deeply, feeling the coolness of the night air on our skin. This is a place of profound calm, a place of gentle endings. Here, the wall dissolves into the sea, its end a silent, watery grave. And yet there is no sadness in this ending, only a quiet acceptance of the natural order of things. The wall, a silent sentinel for centuries, has stood guard over this land. Now it returns to the earth from which it came, its stones crumbling into the sea, becoming one with the sand and the surf. We stand mesmerized by this slow, quiet ending, realizing that all things must come to an end, even the greatest of walls. But in this ending, there is a strange sort of beauty, a beauty born of quiet acceptance and gentle surrender. The Great Wall of China is more than just a historical monument. It is a monument to quiet, enduring strength, a testament to the human spirit's ability to persevere through the toughest of challenges. It is a reminder that some of the greatest achievements are not born from noise and conflict, but from the quiet, patient, and enduring labor of those who believe in a peaceful future. As the night deepens, we turn from the wall, our faces turned towards the endless expanse of the sea. The wall stands behind us, its silent strength a part of us now, its lessons echoing in our hearts. Before us lies the infinite mystery of the universe, a reminder of our small place in the grand tapestry of time. We are filled with a profound sense of gratitude, gratitude for the journey we have shared, gratitude for the wall that has taught us so much, and gratitude for the endless possibilities that lie ahead. In the depths of our beings, we know that the spirit of the wall will guide us, its strength will support us, and its wisdom will enlighten our path. We are at peace, a small part of this great, timeless story. Let the spirit of the wall settle your mind and guide you into a state of profound and uninterrupted rest. Thank you for walking the Great Wall with us. If you enjoyed this story, please give us a like. It helps us continue to share these stories and brings the stories to more people. Subscribe if you haven't already.